Marine Helicopter Squadron 1 was founded in 1947. Originally, our mission was to develop and test helicopters as they were introduced into the military.
The Marine Corps had no rotary wing tactics or doctrine, and so it was brand new.
We did that for the first 10 years of our squadron's existence. In 1957, we did the first helicopter transportation of the president. President Eisenhower was on vacation in Rhode Island. It was during the Brown versus Board of Education trial, and President Eisenhower was required to return to the White House in as fast a manner as possible. And so they turned to the helicopter, which took a 4-hour drive into about a 10 to 15 minute flight, and then got him back to Air Force One and to DC, where he could deal with the issues of the day.
And from that point on, everyone understood the value that helicopters bring to the presidential transportation mission, and we've flown every president since President Eisenhower. Marine One often is a VH-3 Delta, which is the aircraft you see in front of you. It's a Sea King is the nickname of the helicopter. It's a medium lift helicopter. We typically carry about 10 passengers, and anytime the president is on board, we use the call sign of Marine One.
It's originally a naval aircraft designed for a naval mission, but over the last 4 decades, it's been uniquely shaped and designed to support our presidential mission.
The VH-3 started service in 1961, started out with a VH-3 Alpha, went all the way through President Reagan. In 1977, they switched over to the VH-3D, which is this model. It's very surreal to know that essentially every president since Kennedy has sat and been involved in aircraft that we've put our hands on.
Marine One is the safest helicopter to fly in the world, and it is the most meticulously watched and carefully maintained aircraft certainly I've ever flown. Normal helicopters don't fly for 48 years, especially in a demanding mission set like this.
These aircraft, the white tops as we like to call them, are some of the most immaculately maintained aircraft in the military. They're cleaned with precision, they're maintained with precision. The components are typically replaced at about half of its lifespan to make sure that it's as safe as possible for the most important person in the world. The big thing about this aircraft compared to others is that the whole purpose is almost an extension of the Oval Office, where he can serve all 3 functions of the presidency, the chief executive, the head of state, and the commander-in-chief at any given time. HMX-1 is a very unique squadron with a unique special mission that we're very proud to support. And so there's a draw to come to HMX-1 to be a part of that team. But people that come to HMX-1 are normal Marines from the fleet. They get to do a pretty special thing when they come here.
There is no room for error or failure. When you talk about the airplane and how the airplane is maintained and the Marines that we select to do that, it's a very, very high standard that has to be accepted. If you do the math, since HMX started supporting presidents, there are fewer Marines who have been Marine One crew chiefs than there are current sitting members of Congress. The squadron's been in existence for 77 years now. We've been carrying the president around for 67 of those years. So over 67 years, fewer people have been responsible for the material condition of the president's airplane than are currently sitting on Capitol Hill, which gives you some idea of the degree of responsibility and selection that's associated with those people and with the airplane and what it has to be able to accomplish every time.
Aircraft 358, which has flown the Marine One mission countless times, is near and dear to every Marine's heart at HMX-1. We all consider it and treat it like a national asset. And as it goes into retirement after 48 years of service to the president, I can think of no finer place for it to retire than the library for President Bush.